turn 7, and the first turn I'm quite happy of, which is a good change from the previous turns. So I did 2 fights this turn, and the second one was quite difficult. I'm going to show it. Quite happy to have succeeded on it. So the first one was the Watchtower. Not too hard. I split them, used the builder to split them too, so the builder took some damage, and then I retreated with the builder, so he ended up there because of the retreat, I think. No, actually, no. Actually, I'm not sure I retreated. Actually, maybe I didn't. It's just the movement points I didn't retreat actually. It's just the movement points I used. So I built the road all the way to move faster with my troops, which proved quite useful because here and there it was wetlands. Then after taking the Watchtower, I have a nice view showing that here is a place to expand for my city, and the nice thing is I could also build a harbor and benefit from the RG2, but I'm not going to clear that very soon. So, and there is no research points stuff here, so I think my first settler will instead go all the way there and settle here, which is a very good spot with the Sphinx Temple, if I manage to clear it, which I'm not yet ready, but might be ready soon. Oh, especially with this, yeah. Didn't think about it, but now that I see it. 20% fire protection is good against the probable Sphinx and Mystics. Strong Will, very good against the potential Watcher. We can petrify you, but not if you have a Strong Will. Killing Momentum is good too. So the second fight was the mana node, and so this mana node is a bit difficult because first of the battle enchantment, Healing Shower. So if you start killing a unit, great Healing Shower actually, start killing a unit and then do not finish it, it will heal, which is bad. And second thing is the obviously the T3, the Frost Elemental, which is very solid. 70 health points, 32 movement. Nice. This is defense when guarding, but nice defense, nice resistance. And above all, Frost Aura. Oh, it has defender, I forgot. Frost Aura, so it means whenever you hit it, you can be frozen, and you take 5 frost damage, so you don't want to go melee against it. And he also has Inflict Freezing Cold, which can freeze you when he attacks. So when he attacks, you can be frozen. When you strike back, you can be frozen. Very dangerous. He has physical weakness and fire weakness. So the idea is to take him down with the shoot acid darts from my rogue, but because he has 70 health points, it's a bit complicated. So I basically need all my units to strike him at the same time to kill it. But I've got other units to deal with, so how to do that? The plan I had was to try to split the 2 guys here on the right with this Civic Guard, then move on the left with the rest of my units and somehow kill the first elemental, deal with the Baby Reed Serpent, and then go back. Didn't work that way. So I'm using Bestow Ironheart on my rogue to increase his defense resistance, and of course also to heal it. I have the option to cast Smith twice because I've got 30 casting points, and I've got the option to cast Quick Dash with my rogue once. So here you can see the plan didn't work because the Dire Pinguin went for me, but for some reason the Lesser Frost Elemental went to attack my rogue instead of the Civic Guard. Probably because it prioritize priority targets like heroes with the Frost Shard, I don't know. So here I was really in trouble, and I was contemplating really seriously to retreat with all my units, which I could, except maybe it was this one, the Civic Guard, but I could move first and then exit, and all these units could escape from this, because the first elemental really is very dangerous. So, and if I stayed in the area, it could attack me and probably freeze. I could try to put my rogue blocking, but then he would attack him and I would strike back, and I would have 15% chance each time to freeze, which is too high in my opinion, because if I freeze I'm dead, like all my army is dead, or at least my rogue, and I really don't want to lose it. So, and this guy actually does a lot of damage at short range, and this guy not that much, but still, and he can also freeze you. And then I realized I had one option, which was to move back there with my rogue, and the frost elemental could not reach me, and all my units could move as far as they could, and the frost elemental could not reach them. And then the added bonus is, so the penguin will probably attack me, but then I can escape if needed. But the added bonus is I have crippling wounds on Tastran. It's his innate ability, and I had 40% chance, so I went for it and I crippled the Dire Pinguin, which then could not reach me anymore. So I had an option to kill the Dire Pinguin with these two units, and so at least before fleeing I could just kill the Dire Pinguin. Then the Frost Elemental came back, did some damage to me, not that much, but because I'm low on HP, was already quite a lot. So it meant I had only 2 units there now, and only one being able to reach me. So I retreated further, used Smith on the Dire Penguin, 55% chance, blow it up, then I could guard with my 2 units, reducing the damage from the lesser frost elemental, still taking some damage from the Baby Reed Serpent, but now I've got a nice option to deal with the lesser frost elemental using Smith again. This time failed, but then I can finish him because he also has 40% physical weakness. And then I can continue retreating, taking some damage from the serpent all the time, but retreating. And then I need to split them again. So I move my rogue here. I'm 3 axes away out of range of the frost elemental. I use quick dash on the human Civic Guard so that he can escape far away, and then the frost elemental, the closest unit to him is the rogue, so he goes for the rogue, and I split them again. So now my aim is to deal with the serpent with my 3 units, bring the frost elemental this way while I move back, and then move away, because he has only 32, so he can move only 5 axes, whereas I move 6 axes, so I'm safe, as long as I don't block myself on some rocks. So then I can just move back, get my 5 units together, and kill the first elemental. So then when you want to kill the first elemental, you've got to be careful to not die in one hit. That's one thing, and to be sure you're going to kill him in one turn, otherwise it will heal. That's one thing, and he will be able to strike again. So with my cavalry it would be possible. With my leader, no, because I've got only 23. So when I strike back, when he strikes me, it does about 20 damage, something like this. When I strike back, I take 5 from the Frost Aura, so it's not good. With this guy, it's even worse, and with this guy, it's also not good. So I've got only 2 units who can take the first hit to block the Frost Elemental, the Civic Guard, or the Cavalry. Using the Cavalry is a bit too risky, because if it's frozen, I lose a lot of damage output, about 20 or more if I hit twice. So I went for the Civic Guard, and because even if he's frozen, it's not a big deal. I lose only like 11 damage, something like this. Actually more, because he has 30% physical weakness. Then I position myself 2 units on each side to be able to flank repeatedly from each side, and kept the rogue closer and this guy further so that he can move all the way if I need to. And then I did get frozen, 40% chance got frozen. So then I checked the damage and it looked good, and if I didn't do enough damage, I could try to drain some action points with my cavalry and maybe sacrifice the Civic Guard. So also you need to have a backup plan in case you only do the lowest range of the damage. But here it was fine. He's left with 12 and I can strike twice, or at least once, because Frost Aura can freeze me. So yeah, I level up twice. One with my rogue, who is taking first strike, which is really must have for a rogue, and sprint. Projectile resistance is good too, but sprint is much better, much more versatility. So yeah, that's good for my rogue. And then my leader, so he has healing aura, if you remember, so he's going to heal all my troops. And then for him, so I've got 2 free points which I cannot choose, so I'm taking Aura of Resistance for the +1 resistance, and Sacred Arms to open up another damage channel, which is better than Chaplain. Then next turn next level up, I might take Chaplain. I forgot, or I think I have Holy Champion, but no, I think it's level 7. I don't remember what is at level 5. Anyway, now I've got 1 more damage channel for all my units, which is nice. Racial governance upgrade, so I'm not taking Tronet, I'm taking Settlers 15% cheaper, and it means now my settler is less expensive by 3 gold. 7 gold. So actually I have to do that, otherwise I don't get the rebate, it seems. Anyway, so next turn. Oh yo, that's very nice. I don't know if you noticed, but at the beginning I needed 2 turns to grow, and now because of the rebate of the RG, the population cost decreased, and so I'm just like 1 or 2 people short of the growth in 1 turn, which is really great. So that's a very good outcome, and next turn I will directly get back the gold mine and the +10 from town. So I've got this Civic Guard here. I can do some scouting in case, but don't think rookie is here yet. And so in 2 turns I will get the settler. I don't worth rushing it. Yeah. And so I've got a research to start, and so I'm going for Produce Martyrs, and then next will be Guerrilla Tactics, which will be awesome. I really needed it for these 2 fights. Actually I managed the 2 fights without it, but with it it's even easier. And I'm staying here, not moving back to my settler, but staying here to take the likely attack from the scoundrels. Then I will clear that and take the stone. So you noticed I left all these sites, 4 sites, and also the gold mine and these sites uncleared, which I would not do usually, but here that's because I keep the sites there for the martyrs. When I get a good stack of martyrs, I'm going to clear all these sites, and they will level up fast to reach Exalted. And also something else, the Sphinx Temple is really awesome for me, not just because it will be a very good site for my city, but also because when I have the when I clear it, I will get about 500 research points, and that will really help me to get Exalted Martyrs researched. Thanks for watching, see you next time.